And as we continue to follow the breaking news out of Syria, what this means for the political impact here in the United States, I want to bring in Republican representative from Florida, Neal Dunn. Representative, great to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, and it's a pleasure to join you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's start with Syria. What's going through your mind as you see these images and you hear about the turmoil in the Middle East and, of course, Assad now being taken out of the country?
Well, I think nobody's shedding any tears for the loss of al-Assad, of course, but the big question is what's next for Syria. This is a very unstable situation, and it's not exactly American allies that are pushing back on al-Assad either. So we have a lot of questions about the future of Syria.
We know President-elect Trump is urging a hands-off approach and says the U.S. should let this all play out. How do you think Congress should handle what's happening overseas?
Well, we have some keen interest in the borders of Syria, both on the north side, where we have Turkey, which is a NATO ally, and on the south side, where we have Israel, which is a very close Middle Eastern ally and a good friend. So we do have very vested interest in the region, and we do need some stability along those borders. That should be our focus.
Let's talk about what's happening on Capitol Hill this week. Taking center stage, Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense. You know I'm talking about Pete Hegseth. Do you believe his confirmation is hanging in limbo, or have things improved for him this week, especially with the president-elect declaring his support for him, for Hegseth?
So I think, I only know Mr. Hegseth through watching him on the news, like most of Americans. I'm sure he's very qualified. I have every faith in Trump's choices. And the last time he was president, he built a cabinet was probably the best we'd ever seen in the history of the country. And I'm sure he's going to do it again. We've all seen the alternative sort of rumored around, which is my own governor, Ron DeSantis. He's a known quantity to me. I think he's outstanding, obviously. The best governor we have. I think Trump has a lot of good choices.
All right, we will keep an eye on these confirmation hearings, as you well know, sir. So I do want to turn to a hearing about DOGE this week. I want to also ask you about a bill that you introduced, creating a commission to scale back government that would grant, quote, formal congressional authorization to President Trump to eliminate unlawful powers exercised by federal agencies, end quote. That sounds a lot of what Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy want to do with their DOGE group. What is the end goal here? What would you like to see?
So I introduced this bill back in 2017, kind of hopeful then that we would, streamline government, shrink it down, make right-sized government was sort of the term we were using back then. It never really got off the ground. So when the DOGE Commission came along with Elon and Vivek, I thought, well, here's a chance to really, be the wind underneath their wings, if you will. So this would put in statute what Trump has been doing with them, basically by declaration. This would formalize that process and actually give the White House the authority to remove agencies, to slim them down, and to truncate some of the regulatory overreaches that they do.
Congressman, well, I have to ask you, with the turmoil that we're seeing in the Middle East, do you want to see the U.S. reduce governmental support and funding when it comes to these overseas wars, conflicts that we're seeing?
I hate to say this, but the truth is the world is a very, very dangerous place. It's much more dangerous now than it was 8 years ago. And this is not a time when America can afford to disengage from the world. We need to be more engaged. Now, I think we can spend our money a lot more wisely, honestly, in defense and in a lot of other agencies as well. I don't think that there's any room for us to disengage, pull back, or actually slim down our efforts internationally. We have a lot of very, very critical situations all around the world.
You mentioned you introduced a bill in 2017 when it comes to government funding. Is there any agency that you would like a closer look at? Is there anything in mind that you want to see when the DOGE group does move forward? DOGE Commission.
Count the ways. we had a meeting with Musk and Ramaswamy 2 days ago, and it was really fascinating, all the ideas that were put out on the table. There's a lot of opportunity here. This is a target-rich environment. There's a lot of money to be saved, a lot of regulations that aren't needed. And I think the enthusiasm on part of the entire conference was palpable.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.